Welcome to slightly rainy Quebec for the launch of the Kia Forte. Kia as a brand has always packed their cars with a lot of content, giving Canadians value. So we're here in Quebec. Let's find out more about this all-new Forte. This all-new 2019 Kia Forte was designed to compete with the heavy hitters in the compact class. Think the Honda Civic, the Toyota Corolla, the Mazda 3, and even the stablemate from Hyundai, the Elantra. This is a more upscale-looking car for 2019. The EX trim gets alloy wheels, a nicely contrasting gloss black trim on the lower parts of the car, like the front chin spoiler and the rear lower valance. The EX trim also gets LED headlamps. Kia has put a lot into this car in terms of content and new technology. This is surprisingly responsive and fuel efficient. All right, before we start driving here today, I want to talk a little bit about the size of this car and what nice features it has. First of all, the Forte is 80 millimeters longer, which affords you more room in the back seat. This is a really nice size car. Even though it's in the compact class, it's quite roomy, and they also made it 20 millimeters wider, so a nice size. And then you look at the finer details. They've done a nice job of including soft touch materials and some really good standard features. For example, soft touch on the doors, on the door armrest, the center armrest, and even the top of the dash, even on the base model. Now check this out. You don't really ever see this on a base model car. A leather-wrapped heated steering wheel on the base model and a leather-wrapped automatic shifter as well. That's good stuff. And you also get heated seats. So they've added a lot of equipment. Now they really want people to consider the EX trim and above. When you get the EX trim, you also get the wireless charging unit. You have to go up one from that in order to get the sunroof, and it goes up even farther if you want heated and ventilated front seats and heated rear seats. You have to get the top trim that we're in here. But for most people, that EX trim is going to deliver the goods for what you need. An 8-inch screen in the center of the dash. Standard equipment, comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And this is one thing that Kia has really latched onto early, and it's really helped them with their quality scores. By having Apple and Android embedded in their head unit, they've been able to take the pressure off the head unit and download it literally onto the smartphone. So people are used to using their smartphone. It's mirrored on the screen, and it gives people a greater sense of satisfaction. And I asked today, is this a differentiator for people buying a car? And they said, yeah, it's now sort of top 4 reasons why people choose a car is if they have Apple and Android, and it's included. All right, let's start this up and go for a drive. There's some new tech in this car as well. So as I mentioned, this new Kia Forte is bigger, but it's actually 17%, check this out, 17% more fuel efficient than last year's model. How did they do that? Well, they carried forward the 2-liter engine. It's got 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque, and it uses the more efficient Atkinson cycle. So that's being carried over. So how did they do it? Well, they've added in what they call an intelligent variable transmission, also known as a CVT. Unlike most of the competition, this doesn't use a belt system. It uses a chain-driven system. This one, I'm not going to say great, but it's probably one of the best continuously variable transmissions that I've ever driven. You put your foot into it and it drops a gear or two, and I guarantee you the average person going into a Kia dealer, they drive this car and they take it on a test drive, they'd never know that there's a CVT at play. So the benefit is much improved fuel economy. And then you get into the way the car is tuned. I find the suspension is tuned to be quite sporty, actually. The car feels very well connected, and Kia cars in the past have had very vague on-center steering feel. That's no longer the case. They've made vast improvements to the way their cars drive. There's also drive modes here that affect the weight of the steering and also the responsiveness of this new intelligent variable transmission. So overall, I guarantee you people will be much happier to get improved fuel economy without knowing there's anything going on with this new transmission. So the Forte base model with manual transmission, real value leader at $16,500, but most of the competition transact over $20,000, which is why Kia concentrated so much effort on this EX trim. $21,000, it gets lots of nice things like the wireless charging for your phone, LED headlamp, 16-inch alloy wheels, heated seats, heated steering wheel. So if you're in the market for a car, and yes, people still buy cars, this is one you should certainly try.